So let's talk the month of September. If you're a Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising, this is going to be the video for you. So very recently, you have experienced a major focus on your actual work life. With Saturn transiting your 6th house since about May, you've had some major karmic and major destiny themes around what you actually do for work and how you kind of experience your work life day to day. It is also very likely that you could have had some sort of major elevation with your career. This could have been being up for a promotion. This could have been receiving some sort of major promotion or being in the actual spotlight. Something that has happened this summer is more than likely had to do with you being some sort of leader or you being some sort of manager. Because Saturn is in the sign of Aries and that is your 6th house, this is asking you to lead other people and initiate things. You could have had some sort of, again, major door of opportunity, especially in August, open for you, where you could have had some just very positive things happening with your career. At the same time, you're also experiencing Jupiter transiting your 9th house. And when Jupiter transits your 9th house, this is major energy and major focus on higher education and higher learning. It is very likely that you could have had some sort of door of opportunity open for you as it pertains to higher education. With the 10th house transits that you experienced in August and are still experiencing at the beginning of September, and with Saturn transiting your 6th, this is like the type of energy where you either go back to school to receive some sort of MBA or doctorate, or you have your company reach out to you and they're like, we'll pay for these degrees, we'll pay for these certificates so you can finally reach that next level of management. You could have some sort of door of opportunity open for you like that. You've also been really hustling and networking as well. You've had some major 11th house transits and also 5th house transits. You could have been going to more happy hours. You could have been actively trying to grow your social networks and also having more just positive people enter your life as well. I feel like when we've had Mars in the sign of Libra, it's kind of also been like you've been working more, but like you've also been attempting to kind of protect your energy as you've been growing your networks. You've been having that type of energy happening in your life. And it's like while you've been attending more happy hours and attending more just networking events and even potentially really prioritizing your friend groups and your actual friendship circles in your day-to-day life, it's kind of like you have also been attempting to protect your energy. When Mars transits your 12th house like this, it's like you could have been working more to be more successful in your current job, be more successful in your career. But then when Mars is transiting your 12th, it's kind of like you feel this need to protect your energy and this urge to protect your energy. So again, this could have also had a lot to do with the fact that you've had Jupiter transiting your 9th, and it's very possible that you could have been working and like hustling more in order to finally be able to reach that management position or that leadership position that you are destined and karmically supposed to be in. But it's like you could have been working a lot more and then protecting your energy at the same time, to the point where you could have been hustling and grinding just like a little bit too much. So you could have also felt a little fatigued during that time as well. Starting September 1st, Saturn will be re-entering your 5th house of Pisces. And for you, you may start to have kind of like a break from the hustle. It will not be as intense anymore. You will not necessarily have this huge focus to work so diligently on your public image and your career. Instead, you'll have more favorable relationships at work. You're currently experiencing Venus transiting your 10th, which will bring just like positive relationships and bringing like a raise at work. And when Saturn re-enters your 5th, this is going to cause you to not be as intensely focused on these themes of being so successful and leading other people and managing other people and on your actual day-to-day work life. And instead, you're going to have just more of a generally fun time. You could start seeing your friends more. You could start attending more concerts, parties, anything that brings you a lot of joy. You're going to start to really focus a little bit more on. It doesn't necessarily have to be so work-based around this time. Instead, you could have just like generally more fun, and you could again see yourself more visibly having favorable relationships at work and with your coworkers. It won't be as intense as you had been experiencing it previously. It is also very likely that you could feel a lot more creative during this time. When Saturn re-enters your 5th house, this is major creativity energy. So you may have some sort of new creative project that you begin. You could start making content. It's also very possible you could start some sort of creative project for your profession as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be just for fun. This could literally be part of your profession. You could create some sort of social media content for your job, or you could start like designing PowerPoints or like doing some sort of actual design work, or you could start some sort of creative project as it pertains to your actual work life. This could be a video project, a photography project, something that you actually do for work. Because you're experiencing all these transits to your 6th house this summer, and you will continue to have all these 6th house transits coming up pretty soon in the spring, it's like the universe will be preparing you karmically to include creativity in your work routine. So that's going to be a major theme that you'll be experiencing when Saturn is back in the sign of Pisces. And anything you experience is also going to be very karmic and very destined as well. So it's like if you were karmically supposed to have more of a creative role in your job, you will have to incorporate that in starting in September. And on September 6th, we are going to have Uranus go retrograde in the sign of Gemini. And for you, this is your 8th house. So when we think about the 8th house, this has a lot to do with astrology, a lot to do with magic. This has a lot to do with things like numerology or any sort of occult practices. However, it also rules large financial gains. And if you have felt like this summer you have been working more at a project or more at work, could have some sort of unexpected sudden financial increase coming your way. Uranus brings things very suddenly, and when it's in the 8th house, it's going to shake things up for you. So it's very likely you could receive some unexpected financial gain. Again, if you've been working very diligently this summer, you could karmically receive some sort of major raise. This is this type of energy where all of a sudden it just kind of occurs in your life. And because Uranus went retrograde, it could also be the start in your 8th house. It could be like all of a sudden your company is like, hey, now you can receive this major raise. You have been working so diligently, now this is on the way to you. It's more likely going to manifest in that way. Because you're also going to be experiencing some major 5th house and 11th house themes at the same time as Uranus retrograde, you may also find that you could be attending more parties or just like being in spaces where other people are assisting you more with their resources. This could be some unexpected person coming into your life and kind of like either driving you everywhere or unexpectedly paying for like your food or paying for you. You're gonna have some sort of experience like that when Uranus goes retrograde. On the next day, on September 7th, we will have the first solar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And this is going to include the North Node in the sign of Pisces conjunct the moon in a perfect conjunction. And for you, this is gonna be in your 5th house. So you're gonna have some sort of theme around creativity. It's gonna be very destined. The North Node is all about destiny, our fate, the person who we were destined to be. And Saturn will also be re-entering the sign of Pisces at the same time. So it's like major karmic themes around creativity for you. You may find yourself, again, receiving some sort of like major raise at work or some sort of unexpected lump sum of money coming your way as it relates to creative projects. This could be somebody seeing what you're doing at work and giving you a budget to work with. This could be just like unexpectedly having to work on some sort of creative project and receiving funds in order to finance it. If you had to work on some sort of video project at work or photography project at work, you might receive, again, some sort of unexpected funding from somebody else in order to make those dreams your reality. That is more than likely going to be on the way for you. And again, this is major destiny themes around creativity. And even if you don't necessarily feel like you are a creative person, you may find yourself having to lean into those themes around your work life. Again, this could be themes of creating content for a company, creating content for yourself. This could be leaning into more creative themes as it relates to anything you do for work or anything that generally just makes you happier. This is going to be major karmic destiny themes coming in for you around September 7th. And any project that you begin is more than likely going to be setting the stage for the next 2 years for you. On the other side of the axis, we will also have the Sun conjunct the South Node conjunct Mercury in your 11th house in Virgo. So this is like you're going to be creating some sort of creative project for work, but then it's like it's going to have something to do with communications as well because of the Mercury influence. So it's like something could come in for you where you receive major funding in order to finance this project, and it will involve some sort of major communication around September 7th. On September 19th, we will have Venus entering the sign of Virgo, which for you, this is your 11th house. So whenever you experience Venus transiting your 11th, this is going to be joining Mercury and the South Node and the Sun in your 11th. This is major energy on your networks, your friend groups, the people who are your true allies, the people who really like you and are like your friendship groups. These are like your best friends and your friendship groups and the people who will always like you. You will have some major focus there. You might see your networks growing. You might have more opportunities to go to happy hours. You just generally might have very positive relations at work and just like more favorable relationships within your social networks and just like your social circles. It's also very likely that this will be the most potent time to post on social media as well, because when you experience major 11th house transits like this and Venus transiting your 11th, you are more than likely going to have just a surge in engagement on social media, and you could find yourself having more of like a mass following during this time. You're gonna be attracting people who really like you as well, and the more you communicate on social media, the more you are going to experience this transit, the more favorable things will be coming your way, the more that you communicate and do things very diligently. This is major creative energy as well. So it's like major creative energy around communications and around your social networks specifically, because again, this is like your 11th house. So you're going to have more favorable things happening around these themes for you. Now is also just a very positive time to go to any happy hours, any networking events, because people will find you to be more attractive during this time and you're more likely to have more doors of opportunity open for you. And on the 22nd, we are going to be experiencing Mars entering the sign of Scorpio. And for you, this is your first house. So this is generally a positive transit. You may find yourself working more on your actual appearance. This may be receiving a new wardrobe, finally starting to go to the gym more often, changing your workplace attire. You could change your hair in some way, or you could receive some sort of major makeover. You may also, again, focus more on like how you're presenting yourself to others. And this may also coincide with your increase in creativity right now. So you'll have some sort of major karmic thing happening around the way that you present yourself. So again, this could be some major themes around the way you style yourself, the way that you present yourself. Maybe you start getting your nails done more often, or maybe again, you change your business attire or something that involves like your actual public image. You may also find that because you're going to be more social during this time, you could start going to the gym more often, or just like do something that will create some sort of major glow up in your life. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updates.